Yo, 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 SGR crew. Welcome back to Hip Hop Radar Underground. I am Sack Juggalo, and today we got VIP J Mont in the house, man. How you doing, Jay?
I'm feeling good, man. It's good to be back. Been about a year or so, so it's nice to be back on. I appreciate you for having me. It's
Absolutely.
always a good time when we're together, so I appreciate it.
Absolutely, my friend. And you know, it blew my mind. I was like, a year's been already. Damn, dog. That went by super fast, dude.
2024 went by in a blink of an eye. We were talking a little bit before. I said I kind of took a step back last year, just was releasing singles,
Yeah.
but that felt it made the year go by so much quicker.
Yeah, you know, once you start putting yourself into work mode, dude, it just seems like time just flies, dude. And it doesn't even matter. Like, I know you do, outside job outside of music. I as well, do an outside job, from this. And,
Mhm.
dude, it just goes by so fucking quick, dude. Like, I'm almost 50, dude. It's getting fucking ridiculous.
Like I'm about to be 28. I started doing this when I was 23, so that's how
Right.
quick the time goes. And I didn't think I'd be doing it as long. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's crazy how quick it really goes.
You know what's crazy about it is that your original thought was never music, and then all of a sudden boom, you're in it for 7 years, and you're like, oh, okay, um, yeah,
And
let's keep
and
doing it.
that's the thing too. I say like I started doing this at 23. Like that's when I signed with like Anthony and Villainous Records.
Yeah,
But it really started back in 2019. I was still in college when I was like, let me see. Like I was good at poetry, English class, writing, things like that. And I enjoyed it. So I was like, let me see what I could do with some music and just try to make things people would enjoy, like music I would listen to.
yeah,
That was really where it all started back in a college library room trying to write rhymes down.
hell yeah, and a big shout out to John Anthony for completing that fucking project, man. Like, you guys are hitting the ground running. You're putting out quality, top tier music. We just listened to you guys' new single last time we were on with John Anthony, banger. Um,
That's actually gonna be on the next album releasing in a few weeks. So the last few singles I released are all gonna be on the album, kind of teasing towards that third album. So I'm excited for that. Like I said, I feel like a lot of the songs could have been on other albums and projects. Some of them might be a little bit older, but it's nice to be able to combine some older stuff I was working on with some newer stuff and
yeah.
see how that really comes together for the album. So I'm excited for
Absolutely, and it kind of frees you up a little bit too because you
that.
basically work in advance at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And that's the thing. And I credit a lot to John Anthony because me and him have really good chemistry. You could listen to our songs. It's not like we rap the same or have the same flows, so we're kind of meshed, but like
yeah,
we have a good idea of what we want to do on a song and when we discuss. And a lot of the times we might not even discuss what we want to do on a song. And then when it comes together, it works so well. So I
you're
think
like,
that's
how the
good
hell did you know I was
chemistry.
going that direction, man? I don't know,
Yeah.
but it just it ended up that way.
But being able to work with him for the last few years, like you build that chemistry with somebody, you know what I mean? So that's one of the perks of being able to work closely with somebody.
Absolutely, Kahuna. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? I hope you have yourself
Doing
a great weekend, man. Always good to see you. Um, yeah, man. You were going to let us know the title of the album, but we're not going to
yes.
get the album art until it drops, right?
A little bit before because we're still
Okay.
trying to fine tune it a little bit. So maybe next week, the week after, because the album's supposed to be released on the 25th. I say supposed to, but or truthfully, a song might be left off if it's not finished yet because I don't want to put out anything that's not like fully complete.
Okay.
So there might be one song or so left off the album, but the album it's going to be Alter Ego, and I just feel like that really encapsulates my career as a rapper, trying to work daytime jobs, like do that grind, and then like in the evening I'm a rapper. So that was kind of the ideal with that. And the cover art will show that it'll bring the whole picture together. So I'm excited for that,
Oh
and
yeah.
people know I got good themes, so that's what I try to go for.
That's what's up, man. No, we do appreciate the theme work of your music because you can keep it co coherent, and
Hmm.
and you know constantly pushing the same messaging through an entire album. That's not easy to do, but you seem to make it work very easily. Like you make it look easy.
I appreciate that, and that's my goal. I know a lot of people talk about cap rap things like that, but I think my objective, I think of it as almost as like I'm an actor or like a movie producer. I want to make things that make sense for people,
Yeah.
right? They can visualize the stuff. It's catchy. And there's truth to a lot of the stuff I rap about as well, you know what I mean? And there's more so in this next upcoming album, a lot more of that. I mean, that kind of plays into the alter ego, right? There's some stuff, pure entertainment value, and then there's some more real topics I'll talk about or just bring up, you know? So,
Nice. Hell yeah. And us as consumers, I gotta speak for myself, but I know the SGR crew feels the same way. Um, we want to be entertained. We also want some of your truth, you know what I'm saying? We understand that some rappers are sometimes just entertainment. We understand that sometimes rappers only give us, you know, their sad stories and, you know, trials and tribulations. But you have a nice little mix of both. What was some of the conceptual stuff that went into, you know, taking it along that process?
For me, it's almost it goes back to premonition. Really, the thought for that album title was things I would want to be doing in the future if I did become a famous rapper. You know what I mean?
Nice,
So
yeah.
that kind of gave me the freedom to rap like I was doing all those things. You know what I mean? Because that was the concept of the album. And then it's really just kind of tie in the things I do go through in a real life and use a lot of metaphors to describe it, you know what I mean, and apply it to myself. And that's really what I try to do. Try to have catchy wordplay in there, like make people want to go back and listen to it before they finish the song. And that's my goal because I love that the most when I'm listening to a song and I've been on the song for 10 minutes and I'm only a minute and a half through.
Right.
You
You're
know what I
like,
mean?
what that motherfucker just say?
Because I keep rewinding it. So that's what I want people to do with my music. You know what I mean? I want them to listen to it as like, wait a minute, what did he just say? They go back and then, but at the same time too, I want it to all make sense. Like I don't want it to be from one subject to another. Like I kind of try to keep it all like coherent, almost like a story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Not just jumping from subject to subject for the rhymes. I'm trying to keep it like coherently flowing throughout the songs.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. Well, you know, because we big on lyrics over here, right? Now we understand that every once in a while you might have a flex song where you're just kind of showing out. It kind of ain't following no script. Just like we put some bars in here and we rhyme, and we love that too. But the majority of your music, which I love, has a theme to it, it has a story to it, and it takes you on a journey. And that's what music should do, as well as movies and books and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you
And,
were going to
and
read a book and it was just the same paragraph over and over and over again, you'd be like, dude, who wrote this book? You
mhm.
know, it'd be like just listening to Gucci Gang and shit, you know? Like, it's just a
Yeah.
hook, the whole song. Why am I reading this fucking paragraph for 300 pages? That's crazy.
And that's how I try to do it. Like every line, almost, I want to reference the last line.
Okay.
So, and that's how I think about, and I'll give you an insight of how I try to write songs. Is each line I want to reference the last line, kind of, and kind of make sense, and that's just what makes sense to me, and that's why I don't really put out songs that are just straight wordplay, as many rhymes as I could do, no matter what the subject. Because like to me, like my brain doesn't like think like that. Like it
Right.
needs to be coherent for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll be at the same page going, it sounds cool, but it don't make no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
I can't put
I
this
do
out.
that. I do that all the time. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds really good, and the flow is really good. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Right.
What does it even mean?
You're all damn knowledge. Why?
So, but that's the fun part. It's almost like a puzzle and like a story. You know what I mean? I'm trying to write a story
Hell
essentially.
yeah. Well, we're going to listen to some of that story right here. We're going to listen to the latest single you put out called Back to the Future. And my computer There
too.
we go.
And one I really want to try to highlight today, maybe The Valley. That one was released a few months back. That
Okay,
that one,
let's do that one
I feel like
first then.
that's some. Yeah, let's do that one. I feel like that was some of my best wordplay, and more like true to where I'm from and what I do. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Yeah, because we just listened to that other one recently. I haven't listened to this one yet, so you'll get a fresh reaction from me on this.
Let's go.
Let's go. SJR crew. J Mont, The Valley. Links are in the description below. Knock them down. Let's go.
Turn down this job in the factory, packing meat, mom asking me, are you crazy? Don't you need the pay? No, actually, it'd be insane to do the same thing day in and day out. I trained to make a lame wage, it's played out. Always came home, I never stayed out, even got the degree to show for it. I was sitting corporate, cooped up to pay my Cooper. For my haters, it's unfortunate. I came in the game, they tried aborting it, starting to make a name. Now they wanna support it, deadbeats, it's empty. All the fake love they sent me, they resent me and everything that I've done. They quick to run. In the 570, the small talk is back to me. But what I've come to learn is there's nothing new under the sun. People that you thought you knew are quick to be a Judas. The truth is it's useless to think I can't do this. I'm hooping, my lyrics are bullets, I'm shooting metaphorically, of course. I paid off that coupe, I whip my Civic as if it's a Porsche. Park for the course in a small town with a bar full of horse. I'll leave the band for back mountain, copper barn and a horse. With the farm and a torch, I like the way I got a mind so bright I turn the night to day. In the valley, not known for mining the diamonds, but cold. The winters are cold, your dinners get cold. The winters are old. White dudes in fancy suits, those who pursue riches by any means. Morality's the enemy, and that's a fact. They quick to flip and sell kids for cash. Don't get taken back by the actions of a few bad men. Yeah, it's sad, yeah, it's madness. Ain't no drive-bys, but you could drive through and see the sadness. Another night, another song, and beat for me to ponder on. I'll rock a tee, my girl don't mind if it's not Eve Saint Laurent. She by my side until the dawn. We gon' ride like Audubon. I see the future, I got kids and she the mom. He made, but I won't treat her like she me along. If I could, I would go back, make her take me to prom. No rom-coms, this is real life. Once you find a good girl, don't pass her up. I promise that it's real nice. Real nice, real nice, real nice, real nice.
Man, it sounds like my valley.
Mm-hmm. It'd be like that. And a lot of the stuff is true in there, right? We had the Kids for Cash scandal. If you look up, Luzerne County, we're one of the most corrupt counties in the country.
And that's
So
crazy because I've heard of that county.
Yep. The
Yeah.
Kids for Cash scandal. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I've
it
heard. I
was-
remember that.
It was world news. So
That's facts. And you got to bring in the authenticity when you're speaking to people, and I in that song you absolutely do. I love the fact that you could take, just some shit around your town and talk about it, and let other people know that may not know what's happening around your city. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's real shit happening in every city, dude. Like, we just had some crazy shit. My neighbor was telling me he just read an article. I gotta check this out. In downtown Sacramento, they found like a whole fucking unmarked burial grave sites, like dozens of graves.
it's crazy. And honestly, huge with the Northeast, my area too, like opioids addiction, things like that is a big one, the
Yeah.
biggest killer. So it's just like real issues like that. And I feel like as an artist, no matter what type of music you make, you should be able to make music that is real.
Yeah,
Sometimes, that doesn't have to be your main shtick,
facts.
entertainment, whatever you want to do, but you should be able to do that as well at times and be able to tell the truth about certain things or how you feel. Like I haven't dove personally into like mental health rap, but
Yeah,
there's a lot of things I could expand upon that maybe I'm not really ready to yet. You know what I mean? In my career, so.
I could feel you on
But
that.
like I got bars and things like that for that as well. So
Hell yeah, Monk, my dude, Rose, how you doing? Big salute to both of y'all. It's good to see y'all, man. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. We got J Ma in the house. Some of you new folks who may not know, like Rose. I know she wasn't around last time J Mont stopped by the channel, but he's about to drop some new flavor for your ear. You know, it's that alter ego, baby. That's all we can give away. We got a few singles we're going through tonight, you know, with you guys. So giving you a little taste of what's on the album. But you know, when the real shit hits, you're gonna know. You're gonna know, because you got to follow the IG and you got to follow the YouTube, and those are in the description below. Make sure you tapping in.
Hit that button.
The button. It's just a button. It's free to touch it. It don't cost anything. The police will not be called, I promise. In fact, you might just win an award for being the coolest person of the year if you touch that button. I'm not saying you will, but you might. It might happen. J. Harkos gave you a marketing review. His concern is on your IG on private. Not sure if you realize. Oh yeah, your IG is on private.
No, yeah, that was for work related reasons for a little bit. I kind of had to take a more private light with work and everything, but I do plan on dropping, or I shouldn't say dropping. I have one in the works, an account solely dedicated to the rap and Villainous Records and my own content and things like that. So there will be a professional page for my rap just solely dedicated to that. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I was going through gathering your links for the description and stuff, and I'm just like,
Instagram.
Why is there 75 J-Mods? Like, there's so many, dude. It makes no fucking sense to me. Like, why there's so many? Because I've never heard J-Mod before I met you.
I thought I was unique. I guess not.
Yeah, I guess not. I was just like, why are there so many, dude? It's crazy. So I like how you put rapper, in parentheses on your YouTube page. It does make it a bit easier, but if they don't know to hit that, it's going to be hard to find.
Yeah.
And of course, Harkos is the fucking marketing guy, so he's trying to make sure that everyone can find you as easy as possible in like 1 or 2 clicks, because if you go past that, people just give up nowadays. It's fucking crazy.
And that's the thing. Short attention spans and being easy to find is huge, especially for smaller artists, right? Because I'm sure there's 300 million people in this country, 200 million adults. If everybody was able to hear your music, I'm sure you'd be able to gain 1 million fans. You know what I mean?
Right. They just got to find it.
That's the thing. So there's enough people out there to gain the fandom. It's being able to put yourself in front of them.
Absolutely. And we all know the market's saturated. It's, you go on, if you type in hip hop or underground hip hop or underground rap on YouTube, people you've never even thought about hearing, or you're going to find a plethora of people, and the only thing is how good does your thumbnail look? What's your rap name? You know what I'm saying? These are the only things that people got to go by when they're looking at it.
Nowadays, I was just talking with a buddy a few weeks ago about it. It's almost like a double-edged sword in today's day and age. You're a lot older than me. You remember when it cost money to used to make music and try to get in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
But now the barrier to entry is pretty much zero.
You got a phone, you're in.
It would cost me. Thankfully for Anthony, obviously he has a studio I'm fortunate enough to use, right?
Right.
But a lot of people do it. You just need a laptop and a microphone, know what you're doing with some software, and you could make good quality music. And we get the problem where it's a lot oversaturated now, but you also get to have people who 20, 30, 40 years ago never would have thought about making music because they just don't have the resources to. They're able to make music now, and you get a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different sounds. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
You're absolutely right. Because I remember when I was a kid, I had a friend. His father recorded music, and he would record it on a reel-to-reel, and he'd have a $5,000 piece of equipment, that was analog. To make his music, and he'd have to record every track individually. Like if he'd play the guitar, so he'd have to lay down the guitar track, and then he would have to record the vocal track, and then we had to record the drum track. You know what I'm saying? It's like, holy shit, dude. Now you could just throw it all together on a computer or even on a phone. You know what I'm saying? At this point, and literally record with a headphone mic. I've heard people do it. It doesn't sound terrible. Like, it can be done. And it's fucking wild, dude.
No, funny story. That's funny you bring that up. So this is summer of 2020. It's like COVID lock, like we're right getting out of like the COVID lockdowns, and a few of my like close friends from high school, they knew I rapped because I would send them videos of me in the car rapping over like popular beats, things like that, or I would
Nice.
rap for them like if we're hanging out or whatever. But I never thought about taking it like serious and like recording music actually.
Yeah.
And my buddies, they text me. They're like, "Hey, we make beats. Like, why don't like we send you a few and you like rap for us and we'll record them and just see how it goes." And I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, well, but we did it, and I was laughing because we used an Xbox 360 mic. I was holding it and just rapping into an Xbox 360 mic
Hell yeah.
as my first music, and that's what I was doing in an attic during COVID. Was
That's
rapping
so
into
fire.
an Xbox 360 mic.
That's fine. See, that's get it done shit, bro. Like, if you have a
Oh,
passion and a fucking drive to do whatever you want to do, just let it know, people. You could be in an attic with an Xbox mic recording fucking music, man. If you
you could get
really
it
want to
done.
get it done. Because, look, it boils down to practice, right? Like, you're not going to put those tracks out and let people listen to them. But it was great practice to be able to get breath control, fucking, because you're not being able to punch in, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? You had to just
No,
rap it out. So
I
you're,
had to.
right. You're just, you're laughing your ass off. So you're learning your breath control. You're learning, how to rhyme scheme and how to, get your cadence going. It's all practice, man. And that's great fucking things, man.
And the first beat they sent me, did it all in one take, and I was so out of breath, and like they went crazy, but I didn't know any better. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what I was doing. I never tried to record before,
Right.
but it was fun, and those are like good memories, and that's like what I think about. Like, oh man, like if that didn't happen, like those nights, like I don't know if I would have even thought about going up to John Anthony in a bar and asking like, hey, you want to listen to what I do?
Hey.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to the homies, man, for giving you that courage, man. That giving you that encouragement to be able to, do something you like to do and turn it into something you love to do. Because my homie Chris, man, he kept telling me, he's like, why aren't you doing a reaction channel, dude? You know this shit better than the people who are listening to it. I'm just like, I don't know if people want to listen to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Thing. It's like
he's like,
that,
just
and that's
do
the
it.
hard part. Anybody, it seems like anybody can get big nowadays, right? But it's like, do people really want to listen to my opinion? Like,
Right. Like, I'm no one, right? Like, that, I'm just like you. We all have an opinion, but a person that doesn't know me, do they want to hear my opinion? That's where I'm kind of going from, you know what I'm saying? Or am I going to make an ass out of myself? Do I really not know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm tricking my homie, to thinking I know what I'm talking about, shit. But
and honestly, a shame too with content in general today. It's almost like negative reactions get a lot more play, and like, what's the word I'm looking for? They get a lot more attention than any positive stuff anymore. So you almost got to shit on people's music or
yeah,
shit on them to get that traction that you want. You know what I mean?
no, I see. It's
Tough.
not about me though, and it would never. It's always about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you and your music. This is what this channel is for. That's why I don't put my face all over the fucking thumbnails and shit. You go through all my thumbnails, you won't see my face at all. Any of them.
No big reaction thumbnails.
No, I'm not gonna be that dude on a thumbnail with my mouth agape, dude. That just looks weird as fuck. Be like, no, I ain't. You ain't catching that picture from me, dog. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Those big reactions. It's.
no.
I mean, they got to do what they got to do. They know it works.
I love
Like,
reaction
I get
channels.
it.
Do not get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. I love watching reactions. I watch reactions to music, to movies, to television. I'm watching, like, right before I was watching somebody react to Rick and Morty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love some Rick and Morty, so I'm watching dysfunctional TV over there react to Rick and Morty. But I'm not the dude who's going to be on a picture with my mouth all open. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that shit, dude. You know.
But it's tough. Like, so you need a certain. Some people have the personality for that. I tried making TikTok content for a little bit,
Hmm.
but it's hard. Like, so I give people a lot of credit. Like, you don't realize how hard some things are until you try it out.
Yeah.
And like trying to make consistent good content, it's hard.
And to be on the top levels of some shit, sometimes you have to bend your morals. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I'm not willing to do that. You know?
It's not worth it.
No,
It's really not worth it at the end of the day.
no. I do not bend to my. I don't bend on my morals. You know, I cuss. I fucking smoke weed. I smoke cigarettes. That's as far as I go. You know. Other than
Mhm.
that, I try to treat people with respect, even if they're, if you show me your first song, okay, it's not going to be mixed. It sound like shit. You might be off, off beat, but I'm not going to be like, oh, that's garbage shit. I'll tell you what you need to work on, and then hopefully, the second track's a little bit better, because
Mhm.
I built homes. The first one wasn't so great. But the last one I did turned out great. You know what I'm saying? Like the work I did on it turned out great. It's the practice, man. You got to practice. You got to put in the time. You know? Oh, shit. But if you're not putting in the time and you're not practicing, you'll never get to that point you want to be at. You know? It will never happen. And you just got to stay with it and keep consistent and really love the thing you're doing. You know, if you really love the thing that you're doing, then nobody can take it away from you. Even if nobody's watching your content, if nobody's watching your shit, and you're still having fun doing it, that's the real shit. And Monk, I'm glad to hear uh, that you're not in the hospital or been arrested. I don't know what happened, but that that's I'm glad you're in the chat, not hurt, not arrested. I guess that's where we're going. Look at this motherfucking shit, just jumpy as shit. My computer sucks. And Kuna said maybe a rebrand, and I think the easiest rebrand is switch the O in Mont to an X.
Mm, I like
And
that.
it can still be
I
J
thought
Mont.
about I thought about not the X where the O would be, but I thought about a rebrand. Like, 'cause, rappers change their names all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially when they're starting out.
yeah.
Unless you're Kanye, I guess you do whatever you want.
He do what he want.
But I thought about that because for whatever reason on Amazon and Spotify, like I had my name first. Like I was the only one with music up, at least the way it was spelled, spaced.
Yeah.
And then like somebody else's music saying Jmont is like on my page now. So I
Oh,
think
for
that's
real?
definitely, yeah. So and we tried to like through our like distribution label try to get that fixed, but you know,
That's wild,
you
man.
tough to get things done when you're not
When it's
big
all
time.
automated, you know what I'm
And
saying?
two, not dealing with a lot of people, you're dealing with like software. It's like holy cow.
Right. Glad to hear your opinion when I came across, found your channel, bro, because you was literally the only person doing reactions to Australian hip hop and not just mainstream stuff. Oh, okay. I mean, I really fell in love with the Australian hip hop scene because them motherfuckers over there, they don't play, man. It's pure hip hop over there, dude. You know, they're not talking about their dicks or money. You know, they're not talking about how many bitches they fuck. They're talking about, I was a meth head and my family was fucking, all fucked up and my dad was an alcoholic, type shit. Just struggle shit, just the stories we want to hear, you know what I'm saying? Let me hear about your life and let me hear how you overcame it, you know? Because that's the important part of the music, right? We can hear about tough stories all the time, but getting that part where you overcame your troubles, and you were able to succeed. That's what the masses need to hear, because sometimes people get stuck in a rut and they don't think anything's going to get changed. Nothing will change. My life sucks. You heard it a million times, right? But just it's mind over matter, right?
for sure.
Like
I think a big thing about it too is like people like to have music that is relatable, and a lot of people, most people are struggling a lot of the time. You know what I mean? So if they could identify with something, and like why do most people like Drake's music? Because it's something that even though you can't relate with it, obviously we would all like to be living like that. You know what I mean? Or
right.
like the lavish lifestyle he talks about. But a lot of people like Rod Wave because he talks mental health a lot, and the things he talks about, a lot of people deal with and struggle with, and they feel seen, and representation matters. You know, like
And they're
people
getting
like
help
to.
help dealing with their own mental struggles, right?
Hmm.
So I've been to mental hospitals. I'm manic depressive bipolar, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't afraid to ever admit that. But I also haven't taken my medicine since I was 17. I've never been to jail. I never hurt anybody, you know what I'm saying? I've worked jobs for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Been great. The only saving grace is marijuana because that's my medicine for real. But if there's something out there that somebody was able to use instead of, a way to deal with their mental health like I have, I want to know about it. You know what I'm saying? If there's a step that I could take in order to be able to not fly off the handle on somebody, because I had a real problem with that when I was young, I want to be able to put that in my adult life because I got shit I could lose now.
Mhm.
I don't want to lose my shit. Work hard for.
Oh, that's the truth, and like, and I'll say it too. Like, I was on antidepressants, like coming out of college, because COVID was still a big thing. Like, very anxious, anxiety,
But
thought the world was ending. You know
plus,
what I
all your
mean?
professors and the news is telling you you're gonna fucking die. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? What kid on earth would
Mhm.
be like, nah, we good? You know what I'm saying? I would be if I was your age, going through all that social shit. You know what I'm saying? I would have been freaking the fuck out too.
Mhm.
But
And
I'm an
like,
old man and I've seen this fucking play out before, and I'm like, you motherfuckers are all bullshit. I remember motherfuckers was walking around with SARS masks on. They were, back in the early 2000s. It was just mainly Asian people that were wearing a mask here in
mhm.
America, but that was like the beginning stages of it. Oh, remember SARS? The motherfuckers put the mask on. We can put a mask on now. You un- you don't understand sizes then, because what you're telling me is a germ, a virus micron is very very tiny small, and
Mhm.
the those masks that you wear allow those microns through the mask. So what the fuck are you helping?
A lot of it was for optics,
It
make
was.
people feel like they're safe.
Yeah.
But like we needed something more protection.
Yeah, it's a mouthwash. That shit got alcohol in it. It kill anything. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Yeah,
stop playing, motherfucker. I mean, at
that
first,
is.
I ain't gonna bullshit. At first, I was a little concerned. I wouldn't even go into my mom's house. Like, I would
Hmm.
sit on the back porch. I'd go to the back gate, sit on the back porch. She would talk to me through the screen. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And that was probably like the first 2 weeks. After that, I'm like, my mom's fucking elderly. She's old as shit. She's over 60. She's overweight and she smokes. She's not getting sick, bro. Like, those are all the things that they said. Like, if you smoke, if you're overweight, if you have a bad diet, you're going to get it. Well, I was all those things too. Why didn't I get it?
That's the thing. Like I think a lot,
I think it
unfortunately,
was just like a bad flu.
people. I think it was because nobody really knew what the heck was going on. At least the first couple of weeks, everybody was
Right,
on the same page.
right.
Because like we're like, all right, let them try to figure out what's going on. Because I did the same thing. I was wearing my mask in my car, windows up. I was like, I don't know what's going on yet,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
we'll see what's going on. And then as time went on, and for me, it was like some of the restrictions and like some what was allowed and what wasn't. I was like, none of this is
They were
making
line
sense.
stepping,
Like,
dude. That's what it
like,
is.
what do you mean McDonald's has to stay open? What do you mean these restaurants we have to wear a mask
Yeah.
while we walk, but we could take it off when we sit down? That didn't make sense to me. And I think that was the disconnect for a lot of people. Some of the rules started to make no sense. And
Right.
we're like, wait a minute, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah, the whole
it
thing
was
with the restaurant
scary.
was weird, dude, because you have to wear your mask to the table, but then you can take it off when you eat. Like, when the most spit's flying is when you can fucking take your mask off. It just doesn't really make sense.
It made no sense. But look, people were scared, you know. We wanted a semblance of safety, I guess. So,
I feel you on that, Jeremy. I feel you on that. And that's not to say that it wasn't a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because
no,
it
it
absolutely was a real thing. It was flu, really bad flu. You know what I'm saying? It was a really bad flu. You know what I'm saying? And people die from the flu. Thousands of people die every year from the flu. It happens. You know?
at
It
least
fucking sucks, but it happens.
in my area, I know like that for a lot of the country, it swept through the nursing homes in my area. Like it was
That-
unfortunately
That
like my sister-in-law, God rest her soul, her grandmother, early on, she was in a nursing home, got sick, and then so many people in that same nursing home, and that it really just swept through the elderly, people who were sick already.
it's immune deficient people, you know what I'm saying? Elderly people have a weaker immune system, you know what I'm saying? As well as, you know, people who have like asthma and other comorbidities. And that's the thing I started seeing after a while, is that the people who were passing had at least 2.5 comorbidities, other things wrong with them, you know, and that's kind of like AIDS, right? AIDS attacks your T cells, so even if you get a cold, then now you can pass from it because your T cells can't fight the cold, you know,
Immune
like
system.
so. You know, I learned a little bit about all this shit in school and stuff, but I am in no way an expert. You know, I just kind of go with my gut on a lot of shit.
I don't think social media has helped so much. Like hysteria could spread so quickly.
Right.
Social media, like back in the day, people, you know, you had the news, and if you weren't watching the news, you really didn't know what was going on unless you
Right.
talked to people about the news. But now social media, you hop on Twitter for 10 minutes and you're caught up on what's going on all around the world.
Yeah, and you can have 10 different opinions on the same fucking thing. It's wild.
False information
Yeah.
being spread. And now with all this AI, like videos and stuff, I don't trust anything I
I'm
see.
pretty
online
good on my
anymore.
AI though. I'm pretty good. I don't know how it's going to be in the next, say, 5 years. It'll probably be like me and you, like you.
Yeah.
Am I AI? Are you AI? I don't fucking know anymore. But right now, you can still kind of tell, especially with the hands. You know what I'm saying? If the hands are always fucked up, and then there's always like something like bleeding into or out of something. You know?
Yeah, once they figure that out, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
And two, it's with their mouths. Like when people like AI videos, like their mouths it's
A
not
little
quite
weird.
right.
Yeah.
Like the uncanny valley feeling. You're like,
Yeah.
this person. I don't know if they're a real person.
I'm gonna call either you got 10 filters on or you fake.
Crazy time to be alive. A lot of stuff.
That's facts, because when I was a kid, dude, we didn't even have cell phones.
No, see,
There was
and-
no computers.
I think too. My generation.
Well, no
I was
personal computer.
I was born in 97, and I think if there's people around my age on watching, they could kind of attest to it. We're really the last generation to kind of have a normal childhood without, up until a certain age, because up until about 2007, 2008, 2009, like, kids didn't have cell phones.
In
Like,
fact,
we're-
my daughter
like-
is 2 years younger than you, so she was born in 99.
Mhm.
I didn't give my daughter a cell phone until she was like 15 years old.
That's what I mean. Like
You
a
know
lot
what I'm
of
saying?
like I got mine. 11 or 12, but it wasn't a smartphone. Like I could send texts and I could answer
Yeah, you could call like
calls and
3 numbers, right? I think I
yeah,
got my daughter one of those. She could call like me, her mom, an emergency, and that was it.
that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
and like in terms of social media, like MySpace, like kids my age, like we had MySpace in like 4th grade, 5th grade, but we're the last generation to kind of remember what it's like before just being screen time and tablets and your first phone being an iPhone. Like I see 7, 8-year-olds, my nephews, right? They have iPhones now as their first phone, and you know it's a shame because they'll never know what it was like to grow up without all that stuff.
Go play in the dirt for a while.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like I used to take my Hot Wheels out and build little roads in the dirt and be driving around like I was living in the dirt.
Yep.
You know, it sucks, man, because there's an innocence lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and on top of that, like the hardest part of raising a daughter in this age was getting her to go outside the fucking house. Like, go hang out with your friends in real life. Go to the mall. She'd be like, nah, we're just hanging out online. And she's just chilling in her room all fucking day. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
And it really started to change around maybe like 2014, 2015. Like, social media really started to really get ingrained into people's lives. And more people, like, upgraded from, like, was Blackberries and stuff to
Sidekicks.
iPhones.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when the smartphone revolution, I think, like, took over, probably like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just been different.
Yeah, like, for me, during the week, I turn off my notifications. I don't get any notifications from fucking IG, YouTube, none of that shit. And then on Friday, I turn it back on, you know. Like, there has to be a balance to it. If there's not, then we lost, you know, as a civilization.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
I think the problem too is like they so much depend. Like I wish I didn't have to have a smartphone, right? But so much of our lives now are like predicated on having access to a lot of things through our phone. You know what I mean? So, because like if it was up to me, I'd have a regular flip phone, send texts, emails, make calls.
Yeah, I used to like those small little candy bar. I think they're just a little front face with a pad, you know. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love those, man. I used to be able to stick them in my change pocket, dude, and my rest of my pockets was free. Now I got this thing, it takes up the whole pocket. And then I got to worry about the glass breaking. Facts. You know, over here got a whole damn leg worth of fucking pocket. It's all used for one phone, motherfuckers. All right. Yo, great conversation, by the way, Jay. I don't think we've ever talked like that before, so shout out to you for that. We're going to get into another song, man. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. SJR crew, are you ready? I know y'all want to hear some bomb-ass shit. We're going to hit you with that I Told You. Well, yeah, we're
This one's one of my more favorite ones I've done. Just
Which one?
I said this, I Told You, or Told You. So that's one of my more like favorite ones I've made.
Oh, hell yeah. We're going to hit you with one of his faves right here, y'all. Y'all show some love to J-Mont, man. His links are in the description below. And this one's called Told You. Let's go.
Told me she like how I walk, the way that I move, the way that I talk. She like how I'm running the block. She my little fan, she say I'm the man. I tell her I do what I want. They do what they can. I'ma rule all the land. My pockets they look like a vault. I might just move to Japan. She told me she like how I walk, the way that I move, the way that I talk. She like how I'm running the block. She my little fan, she say I'm the man. I tell her I do what I want. They do what they can. I'ma rule all the land. My pockets they look like a vault. I might just move to Japan. Lately I feel like I'm Batman, cause all of my niggas they robbing, they wrong for me. So you know that I got 'em. I hitting my shots like I'm CJ McCollum. It got me a Dutch girl, I think she from Holland. I feel like I'm Revis alone on the island without even trying. I'm nice in the clutch, getting behind her, I'm grabbing a buzz. She grind, she chasing.
All right, you hitting bars after bar on this one, dog. This is a bit different right here, my guy.
Yeah, different from the last one, right? And
yeah,
that was the premise too of the album, having like some boom bap in there, like real stuff, and then like transitioning real quick, trying to be versatile.
I like the feel too, man. I can't wait to hear the whole project in succession. You know what I'm saying? That shit go fire.
The nut. Don't worry about losses, I'm stacking the dubs. I'm dropping the hits like I play for the Cubs. Fleeing the city, we high for drugs. Smoking the OG cause I'm the plug. Furnished a home, designed the rugs. I'm buying a Louis, not buying the Uggs. Popping the Molly, we moving like slugs. You went to this party, she leaving with us. She told me she like how I walk, the way that I move, the way that I talk. She like how I'm running the block. She my little fan, she say I'm the man. I tell her I do what I want. They do what they can. I'ma rule all the land. My pockets they look like a vault. I might just move to Japan. She told me she like how I walk, the way that I move, the way that I talk. She like how I'm running the block. She my little fan, she say I'm the man. I tell her I do what I want. They do what they can. I'ma rule all the land. My pockets they look like a vault. I might just move to Japan. She dropping it low, I hit on her ass. I'm about to blow like it's critical mass. We move on the low, all my hitters got masks. I know I need Jesus, I hit up some mash. She wanted the Wraith, I went with the lamb. Told her I'm brave like I'm Brian McCann. I got the whips and the chains on demand. I told you she phony, she dubbing a man. She feed him baloney, but I'm going ham. Pray you don't know me or I'm gonna blam. Making them clap, turn the haters to fans. I told you they switch up, the shit is like trans. Quit checking my pants. I told you the Yves Saint Laurent. Told you I'm doing whatever I want. Told you I'm balling like Braun. Told you I'm standing like Calibri Farm. She told me she like how I walk, the way that I move, the way that I talk. She like how I'm running the block. She my little fan, she say I'm the man. I tell her I do what I want. They do what they can. I'ma rule all the land. My pockets they look like a vault. I might just move to Japan. She told me she like how I walk, the way that I move, the way that I talk. She like how I'm running the block. She my little fan, she say I'm the man. I tell her I do what I want. They do what they can. I'ma rule all the land. My pockets they look like a vault. I might just move to Japan.
I don't know why, but I feel like I've heard this song before.
The beat, I thought so because I found the beat on YouTube, but it only had like 10,000 views on it. So
not the beat itself, but I feel like I'm moving to Japan. I think I've heard that. I think I've heard this song. Did you send this to me?
You're listening to me in your
something?
spare time.
Did you send this to me on MP3 though?
I don't think so. Maybe John Anthony did.
Maybe it just seems familiar to me. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it just seems very familiar. But I love that Revis Island bar. That shit's so fire, bro.
Appreciate it.
I mean, you bring it back old school shit. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, right there was called "Told You." My dude J Mont. That's right. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of those links in the description below. Yay. What you got over here? I'm catching that bar, not go on my head like a foul pop. Yeah, boy. See, Jeremy got bars. Why my joints keep going out? Fucking lame. That's all right. We got some new dank this morning. It's called Bislato.
Okay.
Look at that Bislato right there.
I hit the dispensary last night.
Nice. What'd you end up getting? You got that vape you smoking on right now?
No. I don't do the pens anymore. Those make me feel. I don't like.
Yeah. I feel you.
I just stick to the straight flower.
Yeah. I went back to flower too. I was like, nah,
This is worse than damn these vape nicotine, dude.
no. Yeah, I go old school on that too. But I roll my own. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy cigarettes because
Yeah.
those are all got chemicals in them. But what I do is I buy this pound of tobacco right here, and I roll it up
I'm about to
myself.
ask you. You got the big tobacco bags.
Yeah. See, I got my whole shit right here. I'll show you my setup.
See the setup.
See, look at that. I roll my shits up. I got the little
Yep.
machine with the tobacco with the tubes there.
It's a nice setup.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it was like $60 for the machine, and it's only like $16, $17 for the pound of tobacco, and I get 2.5 cartons out of that shit. If I was to buy a carton of cigarettes, it's like $80.
Sheesh.
Plus, I got
I
all
know,
those
that's-
chemicals.
Never bought cigarettes. I don't know. I just know I look in the store and I was like, oh my God. And like people smoke packs a week. So like it's gotta be pricey.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I smoke at least a pack and a half a day. Yeah. But this shit lasts me a week. You know, $20 last week with the tubes is probably like $25 because the tubes are like
You'd be spending way more than that buying.
the tubes are only $2.39 for 200 of them. That's
Yeah.
cheap as shit. All you gotta do is put in a little work. You know, put in a little work. You give this shit fucking eighth of a price. You know what I'm saying? That's why I roll my old joints now, because them motherfuckers are like $6 a piece if they roll them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I still got this Elvis fritters. Does it make you want to shake your hips? Does it make you do that pelvis thing that Elvis did? Because in Grandma's Boy, he said the zombie weed make you go like this, and he said the deer weed make you grow antlers. So
Never heard that.
I ain't smoking no Elvis unless I got some girls around me. I'll be shaking that hip like da 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 da. Put the hip flexor
Start
on.
feeling a little groovy.
Facts, bro. I was relating to J-Mont's Brian McCampbell. Oh yeah, when he asked Catch the Rise. Yeah. That's right. That because you gotta throw the mask off. Cause what was he? Atlanta?
Yeah, brave. Told her I'm brave.
Motherfucker,
Like
I'm
Brian
good,
McCain.
bro. Shout out to Weed, bro. I ain't no Braves fan either, but I know my baseball. I love collecting baseball cards,
Mm-hmm.
football cards.
I got probably 10,000 baseball cards in my attic from collecting as a kid.
That's what I'm talking about. And they make them so cool nowadays. Like they ain't even
Mhm.
like when I was a kid, you just get a piece of paper with a picture on it, stats on the back. Nowadays, you might get an autograph on it that's certified. You might get a piece of their jersey in it that's
The
certified.
patches, the logos.
So fire, bro. And the cards, the stock is thicker and they don't getting bent up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Although cards are fucking expensive nowadays.
I got priced out of the hobby.
Mhm.
I can't even afford to collect anymore.
Facts. Like if
That's
you want to
the-
go get
that's
a
the
hobby
thing.
box, you better take a couple $100 with you for one box. You might be able to get a hobby box for $200.
It's crazy. Ever since the pandemic, the hobby blew up again. Like I wouldn't say it was dying, but you know, it kind of stayed stagnant, and then people had time on their hands. You know,
Yeah.
it was.
That's when I
Crazy.
got back into it too. I just got back into it recently and I was like, yo, I remember buying cases of hobby boxes, like 16 of them. I'd spend $500 and get like 16 boxes, you know what I'm saying? And now that same $500 is like $1,500. And in some boxes, like one box of cards will give you like 5 cards. It'll be $1,000.
Yeah,
You know, and there's no way I'm spending that much
it's almost
money.
like gambling nowadays. Like,
Yeah,
because you're hoping to get that big card that pays for the box times 5, but
yeah,
you might end up with nothing in that box.
facts. I bought a $400 box of fucking Topps Chrome basketball, just trying to get a Wemby out of it. And I did. I pulled a Wemby. It was it was to $299, so there was only 299 of them. It wasn't autographed. There was no jersey in it. But I still sold that card for almost $400.
Well, see, that's a good come up right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And I got to keep all the other cards.
Oh.
Hell yeah. What's your favorite sport?
I mean, it used to be baseball. I played baseball in college.
Nice.
But honestly, I kind of like right now, the last few years, I love Pittsburgh Steelers, like football, the NFL. Like, I can't wait for the NFL to come back. Like,
Hell
and the fact that they only play once a week, it's like an event every
Right.
week, and like I look forward. I'm like, ooh, Sunday I'm gonna get pizza, wings, or go to a bar, watch the games. Like that's what I look forward to.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because baseball, boy, basketball, you got a damn game every day. You might get 1 or 2 days off a week, but they're
Like,
filling those.
Anymore with baseball and basketball, like I'll tune into like marquee matchups, things like that, or big time games, and then really like I'm tuning in for the playoffs because like just. And I always wondered, I was like, oh man, how don't people like watch sports? But as I got older, you're just working and you're busy. It's like you tune in when you can.
Right.
And then like, what if your favorite team makes the playoffs? It's like I'll tune in and I'll watch all those games. But throughout the year, it's just hard to make time to sit down to watch all the games for baseball and basketball.
Right. Yeah, you literally have to have no job, no anything going on. Misdemeanor,
Now
I
we-
see you, girl. Big salute. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. We got the one and only Mont in the building tonight, man. So if you want to check out his music, and we were going to be checking out more of his music during this broadcast, but his links are in the description below. Yay, yay.
Yes, sir.
So, you want to listen to another song since we got a new person in?
Yeah,
We can grace their ears with some sounds.
for sure.
Yeah, you want to hit them with that Back to the Future? Or you want to hit them with a gassed up?
Yeah, we can go back to the future.
All right. This one got the homie John Anthony on it. This is another single from the upcoming album.
He crushed it on this. I mean, I could always count on him. Like he always, if I say like, "Yo, I think you'd be great on this," or I think like I want him on a song, I know he's gonna send me some fire back, and it's just gonna make the song that much better.
Yeah, y'all both crushed this, by the way. We got Mont, we got John Anthony, label mates as well. Back to the Future. Let's go.
Ultras, run it back.
I'm not down to fight, baby, I'm a pacifist. We gon' have a night, please just pass the fifth. We gon' skip the flight, I'll just gas whip. Swerving to the right, won't crash with. Swerving the right, I won't crash with. Swerving the right, I won't crash with. I'm not down to fight, baby, I'm a pacifist. We gon' have a night, please just pass the fifth. We gon' skip the flight, I'll just gas whip. Swerving to the right, won't crash with. Swerving the right, I won't crash with. Swerving to the right, I won't crash with.
Ultras, run it back.
Pull up in my whip, going quick. I just might take your bitch on a trip. Say la vie, she say to me, you the best. Slow down, we gonna crash. I put my foot to the gas. It's 240 on the dash, blowing on some Brooklyn grass. Got that 40 in my bag, and you know my shorty bad. Thought she wanted was a kiss. She want my kids like Artemis. Cause that lightning on my wrist, she like that shine, it's hard to miss. Damn, she like that shine, it's hard to miss. Yeah, she like that shine, it's hard to miss. I'm not down to fight, baby, I'm a pacifist. We gon' have a night, please just pass the fifth. We gon' skip the flight, I'll just gas whip. Swerving to the right, won't crash with. Swerving the right, I won't crash with. Swerving the right, I won't crash with. I'm not down to fight, baby, I'm a pacifist. We gon' have a night, please just pass the fifth. We gon' skip the flight, I'll just gas whip. Swerving to the right, won't crash with. Swerving the right, I won't crash with. Swerving to right, I won't crash with.
Ultras, run it back.
Yeah. Bitch, I'ma drop it on your ass with the bag. This motherfucking shit that you ever gonna hear. In fact, don't you act like you're never gonna like this when you know you be getting attached to these raps. Middle fingers up like this when I drive right through your ab. Hitting the gas, speeding all around through the city in a black Camaro. Got a train train your bitch to stay in the backseat when we cross at the bad railroads. Even when I munch, I'm still pharaoh. Don't stop at the red lights, I'm straight to the point. Better just call me the green arrow. When I say that I'm not capping, that shit goes over your head like a sombrero. Bitch, I'm in a bad mood, so blast the speakers. Run it back on your ass with a feature so fast, motherfuckers asking Jesus what happens. Spit it back like preachers and attack when I'm on the track. I'ma leave you in the past like a better flash. Better see the lightning hitting on your ass. I'm a nightmare, motherfucker, better not go sleep, cause I'ma haunt your dreams. And it often means that I'm psychopathic. Me and J-Mont, we seem a little needy, but with me on the beat, we spazzing. We still the realest heroes to the villains. That killer ambition, I don't feel no different when I twist the key and then start the ignition. Then it's
I'm not down to fight, baby, I'm a pacifist. We gon' have a night, please just pass the fifth. We gon' skip the flight, I'll just gas whip. Swerving to the right, won't crash whip. Swerving the right, I won't crash whip. Swerving the right, I won't crash whip. I'm not down to fight, baby, I'm a pacifist. We gon' have a night, please just pass the fifth. We gon' skip the flight, I'll just gas whip. Swerving to the right, won't crash whip. Swerving the right, I won't crash whip. Swerving to the right, I won't crash whip. Crash whip.
Ultras, run it back.
Yeah, that's a vibe right there. And Miss Demeanor is feeling that. She said, damn, this motherfucker bumping in my new truck. She loving that shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Honestly, how I go about my music, it all starts for me, because I always wondered, like, before I even started rapping, like, do people, like, have lyrics first, or is it the beat? For me, the beat always comes first, and, like, the melody, and what's most important for me when Anthony sends me songs, or like we're in the studio trying to make something, or I'm looking on YouTube for beats, for me it needs to catch my attention in like the first 5 seconds. And I feel like all my songs, the beat kind of does that. Because for me, like, if I'm not interested in the first 5 seconds, I don't think other people are going to be interested in the first 5 seconds. And if like there's good sounds coming through and like there's a good melody right at the beginning, I feel like that's what I really like to like work with.
Yeah, I really like the Japanese one. The Japanese melody in the last song we listened to, that was beautiful with the violin and shit. It was amazing. He was talking a lot of shit, but it was amazing. Track. I loved it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And he said, can you play the classic Gaslight? That one bumps too. Of course we can. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you wanna give the people a teaser on the album of title, launch date, anything?
Yeah, so right now the plan is Alter Ego is going to be released. Let's see, today is the 12th. The plan is April 25th. Right now it's either going to be 10 or 11 songs. So I released 4 like throughout the last year from it. Gassed Up, The Valley, Told You, and Back to the Future. And I think there's I saved some good songs still. I think they're all good, but I think people are going to like what the whole album has in store. Some catchy, like my thing is catchy beats, good melodies. You know you're going to get some wordplay. And it all comes together. And like I feel like you really get the vibe like Alter Ego. And I feel like that's what people will get what I was going for.
Oh, yeah. And Miss Demeanor, right here for you is the link to that song we just listened to. So you need that on your playlist. You got that on your playlist now. And there's a lot more to discover as well. Absolutely.
I just think, and I'll say too, I think one of the struggles with being an artist, and I'm sure every artist could attest to it, is you feel like every album I put out, I feel like is the best work I did. So I always like get into a little bit of a rut after I release something, like, oh man, am I going to be able to do something that lives up to the last one, at least for my standards? Because like I know some people, not everybody's not going to like it. You know, people are going to think it's corny or whatever, right? People, and I appreciate the feedback either way, because like I say, I really just try to make songs that people like, you know what I mean, and that I like. First and foremost, do I like it? Because I don't care if other people like it. If I like it, then I enjoyed making it. But the goal is to make music people like and want to listen to, obviously. So
No, you're absolutely right, and I believe that the people who really love the underground, like we do over here, you know, the underground community in general, um, it really does not matter um, what you're writing about. You know, a struggle, something like we just listened to Back to the Future, you know, was kind of a vibey track, you know. Um, we're going to support that shit, you know. And that's because, one, we don't really turn on the radio, you know what I'm saying, unless we're listening to like a talk radio station or something.
mhm.
Two, if we can get you to where you're monetized on your YouTube channel, that means there's a residual income coming in every month. That means you can cut your hours at work. That means you can work on music more. That means our playlist gets bigger. So it's kind of like we're doing it for ourselves, but we want to help you as well. You know, because without you, we don't have playlists. That's just a fact. We need each other. You know,
Oh,
you need us to listen, and we need you to make more music. It's a
and like
real,
I
it's a real nice dynamic we have.
For sure, and like I said, I'm very grateful for what you do, what a lot of other creators do, especially for the small artists.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, I'm getting on iHeartRadio, going on interviews there, or with Sway in the morning, you know what I mean? So
Right. But one day
it's
you will be
nice.
there, and the people
That's
who are checking out those shits will want to check out their old shits. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
And
and
that's
that's
where
the
you
goal.
find Hip Hop Radar Underground, baby, on them old shits, baby.
Because without you guys, so many people would never hear a lot of these smaller artists, you know what I mean? And that's the goal, just getting in front of as many people, and honestly, people who just really care about the music. It's nice to get in front of the masses,
Sure.
but at least with your community, with what you do, like, you love the music and you love the grind and the layer of the underground. So
We
that's what I
also
really
love
appreciate.
watching the progression of an artist, right?
Hmm.
So we listened to your last album. I'm sure this album's going to be even better because you've learned new shit to do. You know what I'm saying? You've been rapping for another year. You know, you've been practicing on your breath control for another year. You've been fucking with new cadences for another year. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole new shit to listen to. So I know I'm excited just to know that there's going to be a progression to it. You know, it ain't going to
And
be last year's J-Mon. It's going to be a new J-Mon.
And I think a big thing for me too is, yeah, some songs might have like kind of similar rhyme schemes or flows to them, but my goal is to really not have, and I don't really think I have two songs that sound the same,
Right.
and that's kind of a goal for me. Because I mean, there's nothing wrong with like artists who their songs sound similar, but like sometimes I'll be listening to a song, I think it's another song from like a big artist, you know what I mean?
Right.
Where they kind of fall into that trap where, they got to put out the most successful stuff, so they found a formula and they're going to keep rolling with that. So I think as a smaller artist, you kind of have a little bit more freedom sometimes to not have all your songs sound the same.
Oh shit! I forgot to do. I forgot to tell him again, and he's absolutely right because um, one of my favorite artists to listen to is Abby the Nomad, and you don't know what the fuck you're going to get when you hit play with that guy. When you hit play, you just hold on. It's going to be a wild ride, and you're going to enjoy it. I guarantee you. How's everybody doing out there on this Saturday? Swizzer Sweet, I see you. Big salute to you, my homie. Hope you're having a great weekend. And that would be a good sign right there. Jet's fire, man. I like his work too. Plus, he's versatile as fuck. He can sing and rap. J Mont Pats or Geno's Cheesecake? Well, you talking about the Patriots? You talking about Patriots or and cheesesteaks? What are you asking? Maybe he knows. I don't know. If I gotta pick one or two, I'm taking the cheesesteak though, because that sounds amazing. I like cheesesteak.
Like cheesesteak for lunch yesterday.
Oh shit! Because Kahuna wants to know, Pat's or Geno's cheesesteak? Who you got?
I'm in Philly often. I've only ever had Geno's once.
Oh, okay.
It was really good. I'm like more around where Pat's is. I know they're close actually. They're right like across from each other, but I've had Pat's more than Geno's.
Okay.
I think they're both really good. Personal preference. I like cheesesteaks. Like for me, it's hard to mess up a cheesesteak. A lot of the places, they're similar.
Let me ask you this: since you're so familiar with the cheesesteak, and the Philly culture with it, would you ever buy a frozen cheesesteak and eat that?
Frozen. I mean, I've made steakums. Yeah, like I'm just a big foodie. Like
Okay.
now, I know I don't use marinara. Like a lot of people, I know
That
that's
should
like
give you
fake.
heartburn.
Like I don't like the marinara on my cheesesteaks. I go ketchup or something. But I know people don't do ketchup. Sometimes I like it just straight up too. It depends on my mood.
What's your favorite cheesesteak?
I like a cheesesteak with onions, peppers. You gotta have mushrooms on there. For me personally, like I like it stacked up, not just like the meat and the cheese.
Yeah, you gotta have some veggies on there. You like pickles on it? He said, "What the
Yeah.
fuck you talking about?" See, I don't eat cheesesteak, so I don't know how they go.
Never put pickles on a cheesesteak.
Okay, so that's a cardinal rule that you never put pickles on a cheesesteak. Okay,
I've never seen somebody do that.
okay. Well, I mean, it's got to be a cardinal rule. I don't know how pickles and steak
I'll
would go
put
together.
for whoever wants to listen, and it might change your life if you listen. If you like meatball hoagies, anybody who's listening, right? Next time you get a meatball hoagie, ask for spicy brown mustard on the meatball hoagie. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like it might not sound like spicy brown. Trust me when I tell you,
It hits
spicy
different.
brown on a meatball hoagie, like the flavors, it explodes.
Hell yeah! I like. Okay, I like meatball hoagie. I'm a big fan of. I know there's no pasta, but I like spaghetti meatballs. I like cutting a meatball up 3 or 4 times and having a piece of meatball and some sauce on it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm
That shit good.
I
as fuck.
love some good spaghetti meatballs.
But I would try that. I would try the
I'm telling you.
the spicy brown. I'm not, it is a hot spicy though, right?
No, just a regular like Gold Stone. I
Like
don't
a
know what they got
mild.
out on the West Coast. Yeah, just regular spicy brown. It doesn't need to be like hot spicy brown.
Okay.
Just regular spicy brown.
Okay.
I get light spicy brown because if you get a lot on there and it mixes, it could get like a lot with the marinara sauce.
Okay.
But if you get like light spicy brown on there and just it mixes in with the marinara,
Okay. I like that because here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you something. Like I like chili dogs, right? Like I'm a big chili dog connoisseur, but I love putting mayo on my bread for the chili dog.
okay.
People always I love some mayo on that shit. It tastes so good with the chili. Like if you put some mayo and some mustard on the chili dog, and put some chili over it with some cheese and shit, dude, it's fire.
I already do that on sandwiches. I'll throw it on a chili cheese dog. I'll try it.
Yeah, bro. That it hits. It hits different. Like you could do it without bread. Like sometimes I'll just have cut up hot dogs and some chili, and I'll just put like a couple of scoops of fucking mayo in there and just mix it all together, bro. It's fucking crazy good for some reason. So I gotta try that spicy brown now.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
game changer.
See, this is why we communicate, folks. This is why we communicate.
Giving you some East Coast. Well, I don't know where else they do it, but I know I've put a few people on it and I've gotten positive reviews. I know it would be positive reviews if people try it,
Hell
but
yeah. And see, we got meatball bacon hoagie. See, that sounds. And we ain't got no Wawa out here. I heard about that beautiful place.
Wawa sheets. Yeah, you guys don't have anything like that out on the West Coast, like a made to order like gas station fast food type.
None that you would want to eat at.
Hmm.
I mean, we got 7-Elevens, but They ain't making you a hoagie. They just pull some stuff off those little rollers they be
Yeah.
cooking shit on. You know,
Yeah.
we used to have this one like I used to live in a smaller town called Sheridan, and they had like a convenience store that had like a sandwich shop in it, and you can like rent videos and do everything in that one little shop. And they made some pretty good sandwiches, but I'm not driving all the way out there for a sandwich. I don't even know if they still exist. Yeah. They have a chili cheese dog wedge on one of the delis here. What is the hell is a chili cheese dog wedge?
Never heard of that.
I don't know, but it sounds good. I need chili cheese dog wedge. Other
They're
than
talking
that,
about like a potato wedge,
like a dog inside a potato? That might be good. Let's go got all the Mexican Filipino food on lock, but Italian food and hot cold sandwiches. Facts. That's pretty much facts. But I don't even like Mexican food because without the spicy stuff, because I can't do spicy shit, it's bland as fuck.
I'm a big spice guy. Like if I could throw hot sauce on my food, hot sauce is good. Like if it goes well, like I'm throwing hot sauce on it.
Mm-mm.
Or like if I'm getting Thai food, it's spicy. It's
This right here is
Mexican
about as crazy as I get.
Taco Bell mild.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good flavor though.
It's a good. I like the flavor of the spicy shit. It's just my body doesn't want to fucking handle it. Like from my lips to my anus, everything in between is on fire, and I cannot live with that shit.
Not agreeing with you.
They said, "Dude, come on, man. What are you doing?" I'd be like, "It tastes good, though." You're like, "No, you need to stop." And then I'll have heartburn for like 3 days. You know, on top of all that shit. I don't need that in my life. But it's good. Hey, it's just the truth. It's just the truth, Kahuta. No pause. No pause, my guy. It's just real. It's real life over here at Hip Hop Radar Underground. You already know. Yo. So, where do you see J Mont at the end of 2025, man?
At the end of 2025, I'll actually be coming up on the end of my contract with John Anthony.
Okay.
Plans are I want to continue obviously making music like what we've built and like what the vision we've put forth the last few years. I signed back in I signed a 1-year deal initially at 2021 through 2022. And then I signed a 3-year like contract or whatever. You know, just to like that's who I'm working with. I'm not gonna like make music with other people, things like that. And the goal is to continue to work with him, and whether I'm signed officially to his label or whether or not I'm just making music for him and continue to work with him, because like we built up a really good relationship where
It's
like,
hard
I
to
feel
find
like-
those in the music industry.
like that's what I mean. Like I feel like he's my guy. Like when it comes to this, so like I trust him, he trusts me to like get the job done. You know what I mean? And we actually, I'll announce it here, August, because we did announce it already. But August 16th is going to be our third show that we're doing. It's going to be the biggest venue we've done it in this time. So we've been promoting it a little bit, getting the buzz going around for that. So the goal is just going to be to keep making music, you know. Hopefully in the future, maybe next year, a Heroes to Villains 2. Hopefully we start to get that in the works. But, you know, it's a lot of material. Anthony, he's always dropping things. I always try to release a project. So it really just needs to come together where we got some, you know, beats that we both work well on together that we can make another album. That's the goal, is to eventually put forth a sequel to Heroes to Villains, because I think that's been an album where a lot of people still hit me up about it or and things like that. So
I got it
it'd
on
be
my
cool
Spotify.
to do that project.
Although I'm switching everything over to YouTube Music, so I'm sure you got it on there too.
And and two, to just to highlight, it was cool putting that project together because that was something we talked about when I first got on board, is eventually being able to do a duo project together. So to be able to do that 2 years later after hopping on board,
Yeah.
it was really cool, and being able to do a music video for it and photo shoots, and it was really cool.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. So the future looks bright, man. I'm so glad to hear it. Um, Let me ask you a couple more questions before we
Yeah,
wrap this up. But I got a
sure.
question. What venue have you always wanted to play? The one that was like, dude, that'd be so dope if I got to play that venue.
Honestly, for me, it would be the arena that's local to my area. It's the Mohegan Sun Arena. I always felt like, in my main goal, like, did I ever, or do I think I'll be like a world famous rapper, or be big time? Like, that'd be really cool, right? But I feel like a real obtainable goal would be get big enough to one day sell out a 10,000 seat arena in my local area. Like, that would be the one place I'd want to play and have a lot of people there, just because like I'm from here. So I think that'd be
Yeah,
really, yeah.
that would be phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, usually the last place you blow up is at home.
Hmm.
You know that's
That's the
you know. So when you come home, they're gonna have to pop the roof open up on that motherfucker because 10,000 ain't gonna be enough.
that's and there's kind of like a little delusion to the belief that, like, if I built up a big enough following and performed somewhere where I got a following, that maybe I would be able to do it one day. And
Well, no, it's not delusion. You got to speak it into existence, right? So let's try this exercise again. I know you'd love to perform for your home crowd, but where's the one place you're like, dude, that would be a magical place, like Red Rocks or fucking like MSG or even the fucking the
you
place over
know,
there in Australia, the Opera Center. You know what I'm saying?
it
The
would, for
Sydney Opera
me,
House.
a big place. I think too. You mentioned it. Like, I'm a Knicks fan. I love going to New York City. To be able to sell out a show at Madison Square
There we
Garden,
go.
like, that's
There we go.
that's that's like big time. Like, that's what the biggest artists in the world do, and I think that's like the pinnacle of what you want to do as a performer. Like, as a comedian performer, like, you sell out MSG, like, you sell out the Garden, right?
Tippy
That's
tops.
like, then you made it if you could sell out the Gardens. That'd be top of the top, number one. Realistic, like, I think one day maybe I will be able to sell out my local arena, but Madison Square Garden, that would be number one in terms of America, because, like, it's not even the Staples Center anymore.
Right.
Crypto Arena, it's like, LA, Vegas, being able to perform in Vegas would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like a New Year's Eve performance, like when everybody's watching, not maybe just the arena. Like, a New Year's Eve performance would be really cool, even if it was just one song,
Fact. You
something
do
like
like a
that.
Thanksgiving uh,
Mhm. Or the
parade.
Super Bowl. Honestly,
Super
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl. That's
Okay, there you
probably,
go.
if you could perform. If I could pick one place to perform a set, 5 songs, whatever, it'd be the Super Bowl. Actually,
There
that'd
you
be the
go.
one place.
See, now we're going to speak into existence, right? So at some point, we're going to be sitting here. J Ma's going to be blessed the stage of the Super Bowl. That's going to be wild, man. We said it right here, 2025, man. Let it be known.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no April Fool up in this bitch. No, no, no.
All
Angel Wreck in the
legit.
house. How you doing, Angel? Good to see you. Big salute. Big salute. I hope you're working on some music. I know you always working on music, girl. Hell yeah. And another question for you.
Yes.
Let's say you did make it. You played Madison Square Garden hundreds of times and sold it out. Your shit's everywhere. Your kids got money. Where are your top 3 houses?
Top 3 houses.
Hey, that's what's up,
It's
Angel.
tough.
Now, you're going to have houses all over the globe because you're the richest person, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to want to sleep
I
on a
think
bed
I
somebody else
think
slept
you
on.
need I
But
think
just the
you
top 3.
need a nice condo or even a house. I would like a really nice condo in Miami
Okay.
for one.
Like pit house suite.
Something like right on like the nicest, like on the beach. You got the place to be in Miami.
Yeah.
Um, I would like a really nice apartment, maybe New York City.
Okay.
Like I like the because if I'm not gonna be there full time, it'd be nice to be in New York City. Like I don't know if I could live in New York full time.
Right. You
But
just
New
have a
York,
place there, when you're coming into
and
town.
then honestly, where's really nice, like out Colorado. Like I would have like really that's where I would have like the mansion with a lot of land and the scenery. Like that's where those three places. Like that's where I would reserve. I don't know if I want to go out to like now Southern California would be nice for the weather. You know what I mean? But I never really had like a desire to go out to like California. So for me personally, like New York, maybe like, and then like a big mansion out in like Denver, maybe like Salt Lake, where like a view of the mountains. And
You
just
got to
have,
watch out for Salt Lake. I've been to Salt Lake City in the summertime. And no shit, the salt starts heating up in that lake and it smells like sulfur. It just smelled like someone's shit all over the town. I was walking down the street going, how the fuck y'all live in this place? It smelled like
that's the
somebody
thing they
just
don't
shit
tell you.
everywhere. Like
that's what they don't tell you.
It looks beautiful and gorgeous, like when you're driving in. Like you see the fucking big ass lake, and then you see the cityscape, and it just looks like Emerald City or some shit, right? Like some fake place. You get there, and it fucking smells so bad, dude. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
It hits you like a ton of bricks, I bet.
It was so stinky.
You're not
dude.
expecting it.
Right. Like, why does your whole city smell like shit, bro? And they're like, when it gets hot, the salt starts, getting heated up in the lake. It's a lake. It's not like a river where it keeps like moving.
Yeah, it's stagnant water.
Right. And I was like, oh, I can't believe y'all motherfuckers live here. That's wild shit, bro. So every summer you gotta.
Yeah, they don't tell anybody about that.
They don't say shit about that. Come to here where it smell like shit every summer. No, they tell motherfuckers, come in the winter where it's all frozen and shit. That's a fact. No, we got it pretty good here in California. I live in Sacramento, so I live in the valley, right? So we got the Sierras on one side, and then we got another mountain range. I don't even know what it's called on the other side near San Francisco. Like you got to go over that to get to San Francisco. It's not really a big mountain range. It's kind of a mountain range, though.
Mm-hmm.
But you travel 2 hours in either direction. You can go to the mountains. You go to the fucking ocean. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty. In fact, you can visit them both in the same day. I've done it. You go play some disc golf in the mountains, and then you go play some disc golf, in Santa Cruz down the ocean. It's fire. But here's the thing about the West Coast: everything's spread out. On the East Coast, everything's kind of together and up.
A lot more condensed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest differences of the East versus West. And I know, like, you were East Coaster. Yeah, you probably feel good with that, shit all around you. Over here in the West, you're like, get the fuck away from me.
Need your space.
Yeah. Even though, we still have, like, Sacramento has about 500,000 people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't hitting no million. LA's hitting millions of people. Like, I do not like LA. I've been down there a couple times. I'm just not a fan.
The valley where I live, right, we're made up of like a few, like a bunch more smaller towns, right? But like the immediate valley in which I live, we're probably about 160,000 people.
Okay.
So it's like but the problem is because we're like all kind of on top of each other. So like midday traffic sometimes is brutal.
Bad.
Like the population density, even though it's not a lot of people, like everything where you need to be is kind of centralized. So.
Yeah, but everything made for your area was not made for 160,000 people. It was made for more like 50,000, maybe 100,000 people, tops. And that's how it is out here. It was made for 200,000 people. Now we're pushing 500,000. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now the fucking traffic stopped everywhere. You know, like, dude, this should only be during the morning into the in the evening when traffic gets bad. But no, now it's noon. It's like, that's fucked up. All right, J Mont, when you dropping that Jason Rose collab? He one of the homies. That track will be fire. Kuna says.
He wants a collab.
I don't know. He says like it's already been talked about or done. When you dropping that Jason Rose collab?
I think he may been the one. If he was the one who hopped on one of my songs, because I have a few features on the album.
He from New York. Got long hair.
Yeah, I believe. Yep, that was him.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be on the album.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be on the
That's
album.
who he's talking about.
Okay.
So April 25th. Yeah. So if that's who it is, then his verse was fire, and it fits so well with the song. So, and that's always like a concern, is like you don't want to offend somebody who sends you out a verse. You know what I mean? Be like, sorry, bro. Like that's not gonna cut it for the album. But no, killed it with the verse, the features I got on there. So I think it's gonna be a good album. I think people are gonna like it. Good beats. You know what I mean? Catchy music and. Same stuff.
Alter Ego.
Yep.
25th. Make sure you're streaming. You got the links in the description below. Make sure you're tapping those in. You'll be able to follow along, because I know I forget about shit. And then you'll have a reminder, because you got IG, and then you got YouTube. Will also let you know. So make sure you're following those. Anybody you want to shout out before we wrap this up?
Shout out. Honestly. Shout out my family for being supportive of me doing this, right? A lot of people don't have the support of their family when they say, hey, I think I'm going to make some music and release it to the public, you know what I mean? Or do concerts. My family, very supportive of me, my girlfriend. And shout out to John Anthony for believing in me and having a vision, right? And trying to start a label and signing producers and people who send me beats and things like that. So I want to give a big shout out to John Anthony for just being able to put me in a position to succeed doing this.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Shout out to John Anthony for sure, man. The homie.
He pushes me to, and that's the thing. Without signing to him, I never ever would have released all this music. I would have still been rapping over YouTube beats and not releasing it to anybody. So.
You talking about gassed up or I don't know. I don't see a Gaslight.
Gaslight was from Heroes to Villains. If that's what they're talking.
Well, drop that link for me. Drop that.
We got Gassed Up, and then Gaslight was from the album Heroes to Villains.
Yeah, let me get that link from you. Thank you, brother. And we'll play this song, and then we'll get out of here. All right, brother?
Yes, sir. This was a blast. Always a pleasure.
Always a good time, for sure. We got J Mont, John Anthony on that Heroes to Villains. This one's called Gaslight featuring Tony Lonely. Let's go.
Mont, money, I got money in my hands. Now my wrist is freezing. All my diamonds do is dance. Yeah, this is my season. All I ever needed was a chance. I ain't reached my ceiling. Still I'm chilling with my fans. It's my breeze, they feeling money. I got money in my hands. Now my wrist is freezing. All my diamonds do is dance. Yeah, this is my season. All I ever needed was a chance. I ain't reached my ceiling. Still I'm chilling with my fans. It's my breeze, they feeling. Ruin it with excellence. I'm setting all new precedents. I'm counting all dead presidents. I'm showing you my decadence. My new crib's the evidence. I switched up my residence. My whole squad I represent. I'm so blessed, it's heaven sent. I'm the star they wished on. Superman sent straight from Krypton. Weatherman get tripped on. They see my ice that I just slipped on. Fill my cup, I'm sipping. I see the hate, I know they tripping. I'm Michael J, they pippin'. I see today cause I'm just different.
J's with the villain going bad. Yeah, haters trying to talk when they hear us on the track. They be sparking up a flame, light a fire on my ass. Trying to gaslight me up, but you know I never match. I got money in my hands. Now my wrist is freezing. All my diamonds do is dance.
my season, all I ever needed was a chance. I ain't reached my ceiling, still I'm chilling with my fans. It's my breeze, they feeling money, I got money in my hands. Now my wrist is freezing, all my diamonds do is dance. Yeah, this is my season, all I ever needed was a chance. I ain't reached my ceiling, still I'm chilling with my fans. It's my breeze, they feeling.
Aw, Jay, why you do it to 'em? How these rappers gon' fuck with someone like us? We just go stupid on them. Fake fucks on the internet talk shit, but they never doing nothing. Oh, they must get jealous when they see rappers like us doing some. Y'all really be mad, finger typing over shit like I've been here before. I'm not as good as my favorite artist, but I know for a fact that I'm better than yours. The ice on my neck is worth double the money you making, the shit you can never afford. You need to get your priorities straight, cause none of y'all really be getting support. I gotta stay in the present no matter who let it, cause homie, I hate the surprises. Friend groups never act grown, always talk shit through the pussy devices. None of them carry a backbone, so it makes sense. And they gotta be spineless, fuck every one of those assholes. You was not shit, now it's time to realize it. Homie, I'm bringing it back to back to back, like 8 and 34. Said I was getting the bag, and look what I have. I think you should ask for more. Gotta look up at the facts, been doing this rap so long, my back is sore. But now I got Jay and he light the shit up. Consider it like I be passing a torch, for real. Aw, Jay's with the villain going bad, yeah. Haters tryna talk when they hear what's on the track. They be sparking up a flame, light a fire on my ass, tryna gaslight me up, but you know I never match. I got
money in my hands. Now my wrist is freezing, all my diamonds do is dance. Yeah, this is my season, all I ever needed was a chance. I ain't reached my ceiling, still I'm chilling with my fans. It's my breeze, they feeling money, I got money in my hands. Now my wrist is freezing, all my diamonds do is dance. Yeah, this is my season, all I ever needed was a chance. I ain't reached my ceiling, still I'm chilling with my fans. It's my breeze, they feeling.
Damn, I like that Hobson kid. Bitch get wood like a hockey stick. And arsonist hard cause I burn this mic with fucking bars I spit. Diamonds dancing, my spit. Burj Khalifa's, nobody's topping. It's a rocket ship, I gotta get paper Lakers. I'm LeBron in the bitch, king of the rap. Here my ceiling is barely intact. That means you ain't heard a blessing me yet. It's my time, need a cup of protect. I know I'm a dog, I needed a vet. Cause I ain't just sick of all of these men. That depends, if I got pen, my bars are iron, now that is a pen. There's a bunch of keyboard gangsters, start shit trying to be more famous. Yeah, said the unletting less crazy. Hush, hush, they remain nameless. And watch them assume like they do, but they just keep on hating. Gas like they keep their naming. The pot like GTA, man, they're on ways to yup. A metamorphosis, I operate like a Vorky and an Orpheus. Turn to Morpheus, battle testing, go to war for this. Circumference, that's what my portion is. The whole pie, my eye like an orphanage. My face is scamming and orbiting. Gaslight like a lantern burning, bitch.
Aw, Jay's with the villain going bad, yeah. Haters tryna talk when they hear what's on the track. They be sparking up a flame, light a fire on my ass, tryna gaslight me up, but you know I never match. I got
money in my hands. Now my wrist is freezing, all my diamonds do is dance. Yeah, this is my season, all I ever needed was a chance. I ain't reached my ceiling, still I'm chilling with my fans. It's my breeze, they feeling money, I got money in my hands. Now my wrist is freezing, all my diamonds do is dance. Yeah, this is my season, all I ever needed was a chance. I ain't reached my ceiling, still I'm chilling with my fans. It's my breeze, they feeling, breeze, they feeling.
Yeah, that's right, you better walk away. Go on,
right.
walk away, cause I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down.
That fucking piano go crazy in that motherfucker too, man.
That's awesome to who wanted to listen. I haven't listened to that song in about 6-7 months, so
Hey,
appreciate it.
and shout out to my dude Big Kahuna, man. You know he got
Kahuna,
love
real
for-
one.
Thanks.
He's OG.
He said, let's play some of that old school. He said, let's do it. I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Kahuna knows what's up.
I ain't heard that
He's
song
OG.
in fucking hell long time myself. J-Mont, any open features maybe you could do a contest like Jay Anthony did on Dreams and get an indie on there?
Actually, I mean, yeah, possibly, because like I said, there's one song that I think possibly might be leaving off the album because I don't think I'll have it finished yet. Looking for a second verse. We're always looking for second verses, just because, like, not that I can't finish the song, but sometimes I feel like it's good to get somebody else on a song that I think, like, let me pass it off. So there's definitely, that's actually a good idea, because I'm always looking for somebody, new artists to work with to, you know, expand into different fandoms, because sometimes, you know, you might hit that right network of fans that really hook onto your music and they just spread it everywhere.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Yo, man, I gotta thank you again, J-Mont, for a great conversation, and thank you for letting us know, what's coming up and a little bit more about yourself. It's always a very interesting conversation with you, man. I really hope all success goes your way, man. We pushing for
Appreciate
you,
it.
and SGR crew, we're gonna be back at it again tomorrow with the Canadian homie John Snow at 5
Okay.
p.m. Pacific, man. And then Monday at 5 p.m. Also, no, that's going to be at 7 p.m. on Monday. Cam is coming through. So we got a lot of stuff in store for you guys. Lots of, up and coming artists trying to get their name out, man. So hopefully you guys can come through and show some love. And have a great Saturday night. Stay safe and tell somebody out there you love them. You know what I'm saying? I love all y'all, man. For real. I ain't afraid to say it.
Appreciate you.
I ain't afraid to say that shit. I love y'all. So tell somebody out there you love them, man. We'll see you guys on the next one, all right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Peace.
you, man. Take care.
All love, brother.